So we were just talking in the studio. It was like, what's the biggest thing we've thrown at Brian? This might be the biggest one we've ever seen, but what the heck is it? It's the OXO Brew Conical Burr Coffee Grinder, and we're going to talk about it today on FrenchPressCoffee.com. So we've unpacked the OXO Brew Conical Burr Grinder. This is an automatic grinder, so if you're looking for a really great way to get started with grinding your coffee, this is going to be an excellent grinder for you. Inside of the box, you'll find everything that you saw me unboxing right there. We do have our catch cup right here, which is sort of a brushed aluminum. And it's got this plastic cap here, which would be useful, of course, for making sure that you don't get coffee grounds everywhere. We have the grinder itself, which comes assembled with the bean hopper on the top. The catch cup slides up and into the device, and you get a little click, that click right there. That's when you know it's seated in, because right here, you've got a little switch, which is going to allow you to engage that switch with that click so that the device will go and start grinding. We have a timer right here, which we can set by just turning that. And then on the top, just underneath the bean hopper, we have our settings for fine or coarse ground. So when we're right in the center here, we're at medium. So if you're going to be grinding, your average automatic machine coffee or something like that. And then we can go all the way over here to my right-hand side. This, of course, would be for much more fine coffee, getting a little bit towards the espresso side, and then turning all the way here to my left, 15 for coarse, and that will be better, of course, for what we always talk about here on FrenchPressCoffee.com for French press, also cold brew or something along those lines. You'll also get a scoop included with the device, and that's useful, of course, for scooping your grounds out or maybe scooping beans into your hopper. Let's talk real quickly about taking the device apart, specifically the bean hopper and the burrs if you need to clean it, and etc. It's very easy to do. First of all, you take the lid off of your bean hopper, and then inside of the hopper, you're going to find this sort of handle right here. On top of that handle, you're going to find a lock and a unlock icon, and a little arrow for each one. And this arrow is telling you the direction in which you should turn this little handle in order to take the bean hopper off. So for unlocking, we would turn this counterclockwise, turn it like this, and for locking, we would go clockwise. So in order to take it off, just turn this, and then it kind of clicks, and then the whole bean hopper comes away. So that's pretty easy to do because you can just use that as a handle, which is cool. So in here we have stainless steel conical burrs, and these are very resilient, but if you want to keep them nice and maintained, you want to clean them every once in a while, and that just means brushing them a little bit. Don't put them in your dishwasher or anything like that. But right here we have our top conical burr. Surrounding it on the plastic ring around it, there are small lock icons and again arrows. These arrows are going counterclockwise. So this means that that's how we would lock it back in. So in order to unlock, we grab this little handle right here, and then we'll grab it, and I'm just going to turn to my left. It takes a little bit of pushing at first to make that work, but then you'll feel it click, and then you can just pull your burrs up and away. So these are brand new, so there's no coffee oil or grounds or anything like that on them. But with time and usage, you're going to get some buildup on there, so you can take this out, brush that a little bit, keep it nice and clean. And then on the inside, you will find your center conical burr. And if you wanted to remove this burr, you could remove this using a standard Phillips head screwdriver right there, and then that would allow you to lift that burr up and out. Now, when you want to install your top burr, we'll just take this, we'll put it on top of the other burr, and then we're just going to turn, and then boom, that locks in just like that. Pop that little handle back down, And now your burrs are in place. And then we'll take our bean hopper, and again, keeping an eye on those icons, the lock and unlock, we'll pop this back on, and we just kind of need to find where it sits. You'll notice it's keyed at first, so I can't get it on here. I'll turn it just a little bit until it seats down. And now I'm just going to turn, and then that will lock it into place. And now I could fill this up with beans and start grinding, which we will do next. So we have some Red Rock Roasters Select Reserve whole bean coffee right here. And we're just going to do a little bit of beans in here. Just like so. Now, of course, you could fill this up, but if you want to keep your coffee fresh, you'll want to add coffee when it's time to grind. So now you'll choose your grind level. In our case, we're just going to go ahead and stick with the medium setting, which is this hash mark right here. Make sure that that guy is nice and right on top of it with this white hash mark on the ring that is just below the bean hopper. Line that up. And now we can start our grind. Make sure that your catch cup is seated right up against the device. Again, you'll feel that click. And then we're going to use our timer. Now, if we set our timer to 0, then we can simply do momentary grinding. So we'll just hold down the button, and then when we let go of it, it'll stop grinding. But if we want to start grinding and step away, do something else, we're going to adjust our timer. So we've got 0 seconds over here. Again, that would just be momentary grinding. And then we can go all the way up to grinding for 30 seconds. We'll go ahead and go for right just about in the middle right here, about 15 seconds. And then we just hit our button right here in the center. Now, in our case there, we had less coffee than the amount of time that we were going to be grinding, so I just stopped the grind process by hitting that center button. But again, if you go ahead and click on that, you can do a quick grind if you have this back at 0. So that makes it real easy to be able to just grind a little bit more or something along those lines. And now that we've done that, we can open up our catch cup and take a look at what we've got. So you can see from the grind that I just did, this would be probably a little more well suited to an automatic brewer, just a standard drip brewer, something along those lines. It's maybe a little too fine for that. So if I were to do this again, I would probably step that up maybe to the 10 mark in order to get a bit more of a coarse grind. But remember that as with all grinders, your burrs are going to start to get seasoned and they're going to start to get worked in a little bit. And as they get broken in, you can start to probably step back a little bit towards that medium side and get what you would expect for your pour over or your automatic drip machine or something along those lines. But overall, it is a great grind, I have to say. A little bit of inconsistency here and there. That's to be expected generally with a lot of automatic grinders. But it's definitely a solid grind, and it's a very quick and easy unit to use. It grinds very fast, which is very nice. Overall, very easy to clean. Especially also considering the fact that you could keep your beans or some of your beans in your hopper when you're going to clean the actual burrs. So you don't have to empty out the whole bean hopper before you go and start cleaning it. Those burrs are easy to take out, which is awesome. And the catch cup makes it quick and easy. The timer is a great option just to be able to set and walk away and grind your coffee. So overall, this is going to make an excellent entry-level automatic coffee grinder for anyone who wants to add something such as this to their at-home coffee shop, but maybe doesn't want to get into the higher cost investment of some of the higher-end coffee grinders. There you have it, everyone. That is the OXO Brew Conical Burr Automatic Coffee Grinder. We hope that you found this useful. Now, if you have questions, comments, if we missed anything, get in touch with us in the comment section of this video. Make sure to check out the description of this video where you can find a link to be able to check out this device and lots of other great coffee devices at FrenchPressCoffee.com. As always, everyone, thanks for tuning into FrenchPressCoffee.com. My name is Brian, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Did you like that caffeine-fueled video? Well, if so, give us a thumbs up. It's right over here. And make sure to subscribe, and I'm going to tell you an awesome coffee quote. Don't worry, I can wait. Go ahead. It's right there. Yeah? You got it? All right, and here's my quote. Sleep is a symptom of caffeine deprivation.